My head it's addled, heavy with the taste of metal, and lightning, and prophecy. Welcome to Legends, a series that delves into the lore within Horizon Zero Dawn, a world with an abundance of powerful and moving history begging to be explored. Today we examine one of the most eccentric characters in the world of Horizon, the disgraced and exiled Banuk shaman, Brin. During the quest Acquired Taste, we find the former student of the Blue Light held up in a small dwelling in the Western Sundom. Upon discovering him, Aloy learns of how he was exiled for his affinity towards drinking the blood of machines. This being taboo to the Banuk, he was stripped and left to the mercy of the icy winds of the north. As is custom to the Banuk, to survive is to be forgiven of transgression, but rather than returning to the tribe, Brin chose instead to wander on, and left his past life behind. Though unusual among the tribes we encounter in Horizon, the practice of drinking machine blood isn't entirely unheard of. Within the glyphs of Udain, healer of the Blazon Arch, he recounts tales of a tribe in the Forbidden West who indulge in this same strange practice. And what manner of men can live where the sun goes at night? These tales were the most chilling. One spoke of drinkers of machine blood, their lips and tongues stained, their teeth replaced with metal. As is told, the tribe were suckled from the machines, drawing insight and strength from the practice. Though this supposedly drew them closer to the machines, little more is known of them. So blinded by his need for the liquid, Brin's condition upon meeting Aloy was compromised to say the least. Before fully finishing the metal beast, Brin took it upon himself to bite into the cables of a sawtooth he was hunting, a decision he would pay a steep price for. Still determined to slake his thirst, he proposed a trade to the young huntress. In exchange for the blood he desired, he would share the visions he is imparted with in return. At first glance, the trade seems a tad unbalanced, one risking their life in the hunt while the other simply imparts their madness. However, upon delivering the blood of the sawtooth to the former shaman, his visions are remarkably insightful to the ongoing tribulations the world faces. His first blood vision is as follows.
Before the time of the sawtooth, the machines ran as one pack. Metal drumming on metal, keeping pace out to the lightning's edge. The rumble of low storms, that's them in motion. And then, a confusion. Something has changed. The great direction breaks, splits off like a dead branch. They're tumbling now. When they recover, violence is what they know. Now, metal screeches on metal. A death dance, learned from wars before our eyes had learned to see. The sawtooth, the ravager, they hunt in the long shadows of others. Jagged shapes, old shapes with bloody eyes. And the machines no longer rise and swell as one thing, an all thing.
Here, Brin has seemingly managed to glimpse into the past, a time where Gaia was still in control of Zero Dawn and its subordinate functions, where the entire system worked towards a united purpose, or the Great Direction. Then, as stated, the Great Direction breaks, as the mysterious transmission severed Gaia from her systems and forced her to destroy herself to prevent Hades from bringing a second extinction upon the world. Though the system continued to run, as time passed, the derangement grew. When they recover, violence is all they know, as Hephaestus worked to ensure his machines are the hunters, not the hunted. Finally, he glimpses into the pharaoh peacekeepers of the past, the bloody eyes that ravaged all life on Earth. Indeed, the system is no longer whole, an all thing, as the sub-functions have escaped to places unknown. The next vision comes from the blood of a corruptor, as Brin comes to realize these machines are far different than any most have come to know.
These corruptors never belonged to the herds. They crawled from beneath desert or rust from the bones of old machines. Sickness to spread, that's how they came. Cold metal runs hot, buckles with thorn cuts and tail stings. A fever of obedience. My ears are ringing. I grasp at my tongue. An ingot falls out, stamped with circles and lines. Directions, instructions. to break a machine's will. I heard the metal screaming, Huntress. I leave the ingot where it falls. This isn't for us to know. Corruptor after corruptor tramples it in their greedy tread.
Brin correctly identifies these machines had no place among the creations of Gaia, a twisted remnant of the world that came before. Apparently, without ever encountering one of these ancient machines in action for himself, he has intimate knowledge of its defining functions. This mentioned sickness to spread is direct reference to the AC-A3 Scarab's ability to slave other robotics to its own network, the ability to break a machine's will. He also accurately describes two of its main offensive capabilities. The Thorn Cuts refers to the spike launcher located at the top of the upper framework of the machine, and more obviously, Tail Stings refers to the prehensile manipulator that served both offensive and support capabilities. Brin also seems aware that these machines have been awoken for a given purpose. Cold metal runs hot, and that they have been given directions and instructions to use their abilities, but for reasons beyond his vision. This fever of obedience is most likely referring to Hades and how he has managed to once again reignite the hunger of the swarm to achieve his goal of total extinction. How he gleaned all of this from ingesting the fluids from a unit of the Pharaoh swarm is a mystery, one that only gets deeper. The next request sees Aloy deliver the blood of a stalker, a vision that continues to give further insight into the derangement.
A stalker, watching us, watched by us. In red eyes, I thought to see ourselves reflected. No, they were dull and set with a purpose precise from their machine mother foundries. They prey. They will not flinch. They are indifferent to the wild. They are final. They are weapons, that's all. My heart drops. Why look for understanding in the axe the moment before it splits your skull? No, there's more. The axe does not remember its smelting. These machines do, and pine for the metal world.
Brin's words once again ring true, being that all these new machines only appeared after the fall of Gaia. As we know, machines such as the Stalker, Sawtooth, and Thunderjaw were built by the subfunction Hephaestus for the sole purpose of combat, designed with no regard for the terraforming system as a whole. Forged to protect their fellow machines and hunt down those who would seek to harm them. What's more intriguing, however, is how Brin states that these combat-class machines pine for the metal world. If true, this may mean humanity's present situation is far more dire than we previously believed. If the events in Firebreak are any indication, the worst threats may be yet to come, as Hephaestus may see the elimination of humanity as the only course to protect his creations indefinitely. This train of thought is only reinforced in Brin's subsequent vision upon drinking the blood of a Thunderjaw.
I followed red trails through a green world. Thunderjaw, striding with the majesty of an old god. These wicked parts, fashioned to kill men. This great hole made to haunt the sleep of children. And I realize it is a young beast. It was not there to see the first strange birds roost upon a metal skull. It became because of us, hunters. I saw many of tribes gone and yet to come. I even saw you there, fiery-haired, fierce, bared.
What?
Bared of metal, Huntress. Bared of what we tore from their hides to be strong like them, savage like them. We built our world in the machine's shadow, called them out with every strike of rock and hammer.
The creation of this new breed of machines is indeed in direct response to the actions of man, with every tribe presumably around the globe, Aloy included, partaking in the metal hunt. These hunter-killers are only becoming more efficient in their purpose. Unless all humans collectively stopped relying on the parts and pieces harvested from machines, we indeed call out even greater terrors with every strike of rock and hammer. Finally, Aloy is tasked with fetching Brin the blood of a stormbird, for him, a delicacy he has never had the pleasure of enjoying. Regrettably, this new taste would prove sour, as harrowing visions of a future of despair would quickly follow.
I saw an onrushing storm. The future comes hungry for man and machine. It will catch me, I expect. Catch us all. So enough hunts, enough visions. I'll run. Chase that teasing sun to the Forbidden West.
I don't understand. I mean, not that I ever understand, but are you saying we should fear what's coming?
Oh, yes! Jungle on fire! Machine blue light dying out in the eddies of ashes. You, fallen, pale as snow flash, eyes staring open. The metal world, but not the one I sought. The future is a frightful dream, Huntress.
As with most of Brin's visions, the details are hazy, but to those who have the whole picture, these fragments fit to build a whole. Some references are more literal than others, such as the jungle on fire when Hades' corrupted machines marched on Meridian, the last chronological event to occur in Horizon. The future that comes hungry for both man and machine may point to the second coming of the Pharaoh plague brought on by Hades, where there is no place for either man or need for the creations of Gaia. Aloy, fallen pale as Snowflash, may refer to a future where Aloy failed to stop the subfunction and paid with her life, or may perhaps point to an ominous event that is beyond the timeline of our present story. Without Gaia, the machine blue light dying out will only continue to fade, and with Silent's own agenda to contend with, the metal world he seeks to uncover may once again be at odds with the world those involved in Project Zero Dawn gave their lives to achieve. For now, it would seem Brin's path leads him into the Forbidden West, far from the future that shook him to his core. But with any luck, we have not seen the last of his visions and promise of prophecies, just beyond our understanding. And with that, our journey comes to an end. If you'd like to see more content like this, likes and shares are always appreciated. And if you really like what we're doing at the channel, come join our community and hit that subscribe button. The topic for today's video came from one of you, our awesome subscribers. So if you have an idea for our next episode of Legends, let us know in the comments down below. And until next time, thanks for watching and keep questing.